believe that it is almost the end of March already. I had a busy March. I took my March break and I went to see my son who is serving in the Navy in Virginia, at Norfolk, Virginia. Hi, John. And then I came home last week and I was sick. I had a viral and sinus infection, which I'm still not over. I've been fighting this all winter, it seems like. But what I wanted to share today is Cook with Gail on my channel. Actually, this one is a bake thing, but this is an easy one. Last summer, I purchased this item, and I want to show you. Last summer, I purchased this item at a yard sale. It is a bread maker, and it was like $5. I almost passed it up. I'm losing my voice again. I almost passed it up because they didn't have any instruction, but lo and behold, our famous YouTube always saves the day, and someone had a recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead today, and my first one is I'm making a hearty dinner. I'm making stuffed peppers with rice and corn on the side, and I wanted to make a hearty bread with honey butter to go with it. So first thing I want to do is show you how easy it is to use this machine. With your bread machine, you want to make sure that your container is all the way in, and there's a little writing here. I don't know if you can see, but it says front, which points this way. And I always put my handle towards the front as well. What you're going to need to measure is 2.5 cups, and all you do is, you guys, you just put it all in there. 2.5 cups of, it says bread flour, but I've used just all-purpose flour, and it is fine. It comes out really, really good. I love my bread that I make. It is so hearty, and I tell you what, I make it and it's gone. And it's not like it lasts forever in this house. So that's 2 cups of flour. Oops, hit my camera. I need 1/2 cup more. Oh, goodness. Sometimes I'm unorganized. So 2.5 cups of flour. And then what I usually put next is 2 tablespoons of sugar. And that's just white regular sugar. And what I like to do is I like to make a little hole in the middle. And I kind of drop all of my ingredient into that little hole right there. So 2 cups of white sugar, and then it says you need a teaspoon of salt. That's just regular table salt. And come on, looks like I'm running low on salt. I've been gone, like I said, and I came back on last Monday, and then we worked all week, and so I want to make a nice dinner tonight because it's kind of like the one night that we're actually all going to be home together. So I'm pouring my salt in here. If you hear the water behind you, it's because I'm actually getting my water warmed up. And then it says you need 2 tablespoons of shortening or butter. What I use is, I just use a brand, and what I like about this is that you can just cut on the side, measure out 2 tablespoons, and then you can just put it in there. 1, 2. And then I'm just going to add that to this recipe. It's super easy. You can actually have all of your dry ingredients ready and then, you know, keep making more. Now, this is 2 tablespoons. What I like to do though is I like to cut it in pieces and drop them in corners of my bread machine here. Just the 4 corners of, I should say the 4 corners of the hole, not in the... There we go. And then it says to add your yeast. And then I just use regular self-rising yeast. And I also, because I'm trying to open this up, just add that to the middle in the hole right there. Then I need a cup of warm water. You don't want to hot. Sorry there. You don't want to add hot water, but you want to add some lukewarm water, and you just put that in there. So okay, and I'm going to tell you the name of the person that I am actually. It's called Joe and Zach Survival on YouTube, and I will link their link below. So all of the ingredients are in here. That's all you do. You shut your lid, and over here on the instructions, I want the loci. It's a 1.5 pound, and I want my crust to be, where's my crust? C. It says A is light, B is medium, C is dark, but I want B. And I have the basic load, basic bread loaf right here. Super easy, and I mean, this didn't come in instruction. For $5, I couldn't beat it. And then all you do is you push start. And as you can see inside, it mixes it all by itself. I don't have to do anything. I just put this here, leave it, mixes, cooks it, rises it. I don't have to knead, roll the dough, do anything to the dough. And this is what I love the most. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and I will see you in a little bit. So it's only been a few minutes, and as you can tell, I try not to open my cover. I hope that you can see in there. It's already all mixed up, and it's just does its own thing. It's saying on my machine that there are 2 hours and 48 minutes left on this bread. So I'm going to let you sit for a second, and I will show you the end result. As you can see now, it's on fast speed, and it's kneading the dough by itself. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and you don't have to do anything except put the ingredients and wash the machine. Continue on with my hearty Sunday meal. This is an old pan. I use this all the time for cleaning vegetables, but I bought 6 peppers because I'm going to make 6 of them. What you do is make sure you take the tags off. I wash them, I cut them. I just, runaway pepper. I just cut the top off. I don't cut too short, but I cut like the top off so I can stuff my peppers. That one has no tag. And I kind of make this like a meatloaf recipe. Basically what I do is I buy these wonderful McCormick meatloaf package. It does say dairy, to add dairy, but I don't because I'm lactose intolerant, and then I add my own little flair to it. But first of all, to get these peppers. Oh, it smells so good in here. The bread is almost ready. It has about 30 minutes left. My muffins are almost ready. About 7 minutes left. So what I want to do is I am making stuffed peppers for tonight, but tomorrow night I'm going to take, because I have 2 pounds, a little bit over 2 pounds of hamburger meat, ground beef. And so I want to make a side meatloaf for tomorrow night, because as you know me, I like to do things in twos, especially when I'm cooking. So this is the McCormick seasoning. I don't follow the thing totally like it says. And what I bought also is some Hunt's meatloaf sauce. And it basically says the same thing, you know, what to add for the ingredients. So I'm just going to add this real quick. I'm going to mix this all up. Okay. And then it says to add 2 eggs per package. So I'm just going to add 4 eggs. Put all this inside here. And I might need extra sauce, but that's okay because I'm not going to put that much. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. So I just mix these together. And I've washed my hands like 100 times because I do have that sinus cold which makes me cough all the time. I sound actually worse than what I feel. I think the antibiotics are bothering me more than anything else. So then what I do is I just take this contraption of a sauce here and I just pour it all over my meat. It didn't mix too well at the bottom, but that's okay. Get every morsel you can out of there. And like that. And then next I'm adding some tomato sauce to the top of that one. And then I do not have breadcrumbs, but I usually do this anyways. I like to make my own. And I'm just going to go ahead and use some toast that I made up. So I'm going to go get my mixer, my food processor, and I'm going to process this food to make some breadcrumbs. Food processor always works like a charm, so I'm going to go ahead and add my breadcrumbs to this. And then I'm just going to get in with my hands and mix it up. Here I go. So I made sure that my hands were triple washed. And I'm just going to work my way into this. And I love using this pan because I don't know. It's my old pan. It was my husband's grandmother. I just don't have the heart to throw it away. And I just love using it for this kind of thing right here. So you want to work your sauce into the meat all over the place. Well, you might make it a mess, but that's okay. Okay. Right. And then all you do is you take about, you know, like a snowball full, and you just stuff your peppers with the meat. And then you bake them at 400 for like an hour or so. Or whatever the package says in this case, because I did use. It says 1 hour at, I can't even see right now. I'm sorry guys, I can't even see the temperature. 1 hour at 375. Yes, at 375. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these in like this, and then I don't know, I'm going to get the camera off, but the one thing that I like to do on a Sunday afternoon is prepare things for my week. This week at school we had banana muffins, and I was really craving them, but I wasn't feeling good, so I only had one, but I've been craving muffins. And so I decided, because I went to the store and they had banana, I'm sorry, my cold is really, they had some bananas that look a little ripened, so I went ahead and mashed those bananas. And then in here I have 3.5 cups of flour. And now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. What I usually do is I put my wet and dry ingredients separated, and then I mix it all together. It says we're needing 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm going to go ahead and double that. So I'll make that 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2. And I usually have all my ingredients out at the same time. And then it says, sorry about that there. And the next ingredient is salt, and it's saying I need 1/4. Since I'm doubling up, it is 1/2. And I'm using my grinder salt because I ran out of my regular salt, which I didn't know when I went to the store. So only 1/2. And then I'm adding my salt. And then it says you need a quarter, the same thing, of baking soda. I'm doubling, so I'm going to need half of a teaspoon of baking soda. Then it's saying I need a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. A teaspoon, so that means I need 2. Now I'm always making a mess. Love it. 1 and 2. And that ends all of my dry ingredients. So now I'm going to need to measure my wet ingredients. I remeasured my bananas, and I do have exactly 3 cups of bananas. And then it says to lightly beat 2 large eggs, which I never beat into the, so I'm going to put them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I actually took my nuts and put them in a bag and knocked them down a little bit. I'm going to add that to my dry ingredients. And these are so good. You do not have to add nuts if you don't want to. If you're asking where I get these recipes, I usually love Taste of Home online. I just go and look up some recipes. I also have tons of cookbooks, so you know, any recipe for a good banana muffin will do. In the meantime, I melted my butter and cooled it down, and I added vanilla to this. And now I'm just going to add all this together. And no, I'm not using a mixer, electric mixer. I'm just going to use my beautiful power of muscles that I don't have. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix this. You don't want this to be too watery or too flat. It's supposed to be a little thick. And then you keep mixing until you have the right consistency. So far the bread is cooking. It smells really, really good. And I'm getting ready to scoop my muffin dough into my bakeware here. And I'm using a ice cream scoop. It really helps. And I'm just going to put 1 scoop in each. You set your oven at 350, let it preheat, and then you cook them. I gotta see the time. I forgot the time. And I might have to do two panfuls because I doubled the recipe and I only have 1 muffin pan left because I threw the other ones away, thinking I wasn't gonna do this. So you just scoop it in. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep hitting this stupid camera with my head. Alright, look how delicious these look. I'm gonna bake these for 20-25 minutes until the middle is cooked, and I will show you the end result. So my stuffed peppers and my meatloaf, I am going to cook this today so it's ready tomorrow. It's just a reheat thing already. So I'm going to set these aside until I can put them in the oven. And in the meantime, the buzzer came off, and here are our beautiful banana muffin. I'm just hoping they're not stuck. Ooh, they're still warm. So I'm going to let them cool off and then take them out and put the other ones in. And our bread is 19 minutes away from being done, so I'm super excited. It smells delicious in here, and I will show you everything when I'm pretty much done. Just wanted to show you these muffins. Look how nice and moist they are. I cannot wait to try these tonight. You can actually have a little butter, but not tonight, tomorrow morning. But I cannot wait to try these muffins. So we just had the timer go off on our bread. I'm gonna open it, and you guys, the smell, too bad you can't have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up. Wait, I'm gonna need some help here. So I'm gonna pop this out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on a cooling rack. And it's pretty easy how to pop it out of there. Look how beautiful golden on the top is. And you just shake it up, and voila, there is, and there's nothing left in this pan. This pan is clean. Look how beautiful this loaf of bread is. I'm just gonna go ahead and let it cool, and then I'm gonna make some honey butter, and we'll have a delicious dinner with some pretty much homemade bread. Here are our completed muffin. I'm telling you, you guys, they're so delicious. People have already been eating them, missing muffins. But here is the bread, the muffins for tomorrow morning. And as I'm cooking today, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. I have all of my things ready right there. And I'm actually getting ready for my week. I have boiled eggs over here for this week. I love a good boiled eggs in the morning. Usually when I cook for Sunday, Monday, I usually make a bunch of stuff for the week. That way I have different things. And then of course here we have the corn cooking up. And I've already started cleaning up my mess, doing my dishes. Those are just my vacuum parts. But so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my stuffed peppers and my tomorrow night's meal, my meatloaf, and I'm going to set it in the oven, and then I will show you everything when we are ready to eat. Okay, so for my honey butter, I'm going to show you what I do. I guess next time I need the onion to be here too. So you just put your 2 sticks of butter into your food processor and you just pulse it. Well, it's got to go all the way to the bottom. And then I add about 2 tablespoons of honey. 1, 2.5, let's say, tablespoons of honey. There we go. And you pulse it again. If you see that your butter stays stuck, you can actually let it sit for a few and then come back and do it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit and I will be... Okay, so I added a little bit more honey and I'm just going to go ahead and toss it again. And when you feel you have the right consistency and you like the way it looks and tastes, you're done. That's how I add my honey to my butter. I just whip it up and then I will put it on my warm bread. Here is the completed meal. Bon appetit. I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.